Metro Plus, a service of Metro Broadcast. Now the news with Jeanette Gaius.
China landed a spacecraft on Mars for the first time, a technically challenging feat more difficult than a moon landing and the latest step forward for its ambitious goals in space. Plans call for a rover to stay in the lander for a few days of diagnostic tests before rolling down a ramp to explore an area of Mars known as Utopia Planitia. It will join an American rover that arrived at the Red Planet in February. China's first Mars landing follows its launch last month of the main section of what will be a permanent space station and a mission that brought back rocks from the moon late last year. Early Friday, just after midnight, the Israeli military put out an ominous statement to the media. IDF air and ground troops are currently attacking in the Gaza Strip. The vaguely worded statement set off frenzied speculation that Israel had launched a ground invasion of Gaza, a much-feared scenario that would mark a bloody escalation of this week's operation against Hamas militants. Some reporters were even told outright the incursion had begun. Hours later, the military issued a clarification. There were no troops inside Gaza. But by then, several major news outlets had erroneously reported the ground offensive was underway. While the army attempted to play down the incident as a misunderstanding, well-placed Israeli military commentators said the media had been used as part of an elaborate ruse to lure Hamas militants into a deadly trap that may have killed dozens of fighters. Palestinians have begun gathering across the occupied West Bank to mark the anniversary of the displacement of hundreds of thousands of refugees from what is now Israel during the 1948 war surrounding its creation. Nakba Day, Arabic for catastrophe, comes amid widespread Jewish-Arab violence in Israel and heavy fighting between Israel and the Islamic militant group Hamas, which rules Gaza. The main event Saturday was held in the West Bank city of Ramallah, where the internationally backed Palestinian Authority is headquartered. On Friday, Palestinians in the occupied West Bank held some of the largest protests in years and clashed with Israeli forces, who shot and killed 11 people, including a Palestinian who tried to stab a soldier at a military position. Saudi Arabia has called for foreign ministers of the world's largest body of Muslim nations to hold a meeting Sunday. The gathering is to discuss Israeli acts of violence against Palestinians and the Israeli police use of force against protesters at Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. The kingdom will host the virtual summit, gathering ministers of the 57-nation Organization of Islamic Cooperation to discuss the Israeli aggression in the Palestinian territory, particularly acts of violence in the vicinity of Al-Aqsa Mosque. The Saudi-headquartered OIC includes countries Iran, Turkey, Indonesia, and a range of Muslim-majority nations. Iran's foreign minister has called off a planned visit to his Austrian counterpart in Vienna. The decision came after Austria's chancellery and foreign ministry flew the Israeli flag as a signal of solidarity in Israel's conflict with the militant Hamas group. Austrian Daily Die Press reported that Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif was due to meet Austrian counterpart Alexander Schallenberg Saturday morning, but he called off the trip over the Austrian leader's decision to fly the Israeli flag Friday. The Austria press agency said Schallenberg's spokeswoman, Claudia Terscher, confirmed the report. She said, "We regret this." Vienna has been hosting negotiations in recent weeks aimed at bringing the United States back into the 2015 nuclear deal aimed at allaying concerns about Iran's nuclear ambitions. France, Germany, Britain, Russia, and China are still parties to that agreement.
Metro Plus, your radio weather.
Mainly fine. The minimum temperature will be about 28 degrees. Isolated showers in the morning. Very hot during the day with a maximum temperature of around 34 degrees. Moderate southerly winds. Relative humidity stands at 79%. For the outlook, sunny periods in the following few days. A few showers on Monday and Tuesday. The very hot weather warning is in force. And that's the news and weather from your Radio Plus 1044.
Metro Plus, your radio.